Hey, I'm a landowner, and I'm probably going to be the most affected landowner.
Okay.
I own that entire buffer line that says 75 feet. So I have had no neighbors for 30 years, and I'm fixing to get about 20.
So are you here to speak in favor of it?
Well, I'm saying I'm in favor now because I've met with DRB Homes
Okay.
several times
Okay.
about my concerns.
Okay.
I'm a widow.
Okay.
I live on this land by myself.
Okay.
I felt comfortable. I have asked them to put up, leave as many trees as possible, a
Okay.
buffer. I'm asked for that fence for security. But I just want you to know that if it's going to happen, they have been very willing to work with me.
Okay.
And I'm speaking for me. I'm a landowner. I'm not talking about my subdivision. Kibbe Road people behind me are probably not liking me saying all this, but I am the most day-to-day, 24/7 landowner that's going to be affected with this. So I just want to give you my perspective of it. I would prefer it not to happen, but if it does, they have made concessions that I'm willing to work with. Okay?
Awesome. Good evening.
Madam Commissioner, thank you. Commissioners on the board, pillars of the community. My name is Amanda Flora.
Okay.
I am a lifelong resident of Henry County, and I currently reside at 54 Kibbe Road. I'm going to be as quick as I can because I know I have a lot of neighbors that want to speak, but I disagree with my neighbor who just spoke that she's going to be the most effective because I currently live at the second house on Kibbe Road. And I actually printed out, I am old school, so I don't know if y'all want to look at this, but I printed out specifically where it's going to affect me is I'm on 5.5 acres, okay? Every single neighbor on Kibbe Road that is going to be affected by the houses at the beginning of this development are on 2+ acres. My neighbor's 2, I'm 5.5, my neighbor next to me is 4.5, the next neighbor's 13, the next neighbor's 5, the next neighbor's almost 8, the next neighbor's almost 7, the next neighbor is 7, the next neighbor, and it goes on and on. Nobody has a 1/2 acre lot. Short story is I bought this house in 2019. I grew up going to this house as my friend's parents owned this house. I have lived in this county and I've watched the development. I've appreciated the growth up to a point, and I'm sick. I cannot enjoy the amenities that are being put in this community because of the traffic that I have to do to enjoy them. I appreciate the growth that the county leaders have brought here, but at this time, I'm unable to enjoy it. When I pull out of my driveway, I currently look at a field of beautiful grass. It is empty, but it's nice and peaceful. I will pull out of my driveway and look at the back of a 2-story monstrosity house, likely with a cement patio with somebody's grill and probably junk on the back of it. And I'm just not going to enjoy my property. And I understand that that's a personal thing and that doesn't go into your decision. But what I want you to know is that I bought this property specifically because it was rural. I have watched the Publix be built. I have watched the senior facility be built. I watched the first White House in Henry County get torn down. I was lucky enough to get the door from that house. As the history, I grew up riding my 4-wheeler in that area, down Kellytown Road, which my 5-year-old son obviously cannot do at this point. I'm concerned about the growth. I'm concerned about the school. The only update we have from the developer was from 2022. In 2022, this development was going to produce enough students to require 6 new classrooms in the elementary school there. That would be trailers. We don't have an update, and it's 2 years later. So I'm anxious to see how many now and what impact that will have on our students in Henry County. I would ask that you deny it.
Thank you, Ms. Flores. Come
Okay, I'm
forward.
Steve Gilman. I'm down the road on Kellytown. I'm the one that just has this out to you. I'm going to go over the first couple of pages real quick. I've got the Better Business Bureau for some of this stuff that has been happening from DRB. They've got an F rating. Going to go over that. We've got a petition that went on with 520 people. This is on page 2. The guy that ran the petition is not here right now, and I can't get the Q code to get the petition out of it. But there's 520 people in opposition. Now, if you go to page 3, it shows where this has improved it a little bit. It shows the no outlet to the whole area. If you go down the street to Kibbe, it says it says dead end. It is a one-area road. The area on the map that showed that it had the south end with a road up to 155 doesn't exist for a couple of years. It's overgrown. That's on the 4th page. You can see where it has it coming over there. Okay, and the next page is 2022. You've got your criteria listed. This is for DRB versus Henry County. They both had their initials on it. And it says it has to have the study on transportation. You've got roughly 50 houses on the area right now on the Kibbe side and what's left of Old Kellytown down on the south side. So you've got 50 houses, and now you've got 206 now, I guess, going into there. That's 100 cars versus 400 cars. Even with the additional, which is a good thing, even with the addition of the one exit onto Kellytown, you've still got 400 cars going out to Kellytown. That's a big difference. And according to the criteria put out in 22, they have to have the study done before they get it taken care of. Something I haven't seen here that was brought up before is the tower. It's a 185-foot tower. It's supposed to have room to fall and not interfere with any properties. And the way it was, I don't know what it is now, it would have hit 9 of them, which is again against the 22 paperwork. I've gone through this quite a bit. That's on the page about 2/3 of the way down. I wish I numbered these, but that's on there. The only thing that I've got left is to drop it off to next, because I'm running out of time and I want to get Connie Snow in too.
My name is Duramo. I try to keep this as brief as possible since we got some more people to speak. But as I look at this picture up here, it says community engagement. I'd like to know what community that was, because I live in Watkins Glen, and nobody came down to Watkins Glen to talk to Watkins Glen's residents about this. We are affected by this because of the traffic, the schools, and everything else. This is 206 homes. You have a senior home, which I expect have about 100, 200 apartments in there. They're building another community down the street on Miller's Mill, which is about which is about 2 miles down the road, which has another 150 plus houses. All that traffic, I'd just like to know, when are we going to think about the traffic that's going to be in the area, the schools that's going to be impacted? If you go down to 155 and East Lake, now that traffic backs up all the way past the dollar store. And that's just now. They haven't finished the community behind the Whataburger, the community down the street on East Lake. It's going to be a tremendous impact on the families that's already there and the new families.
Sir,
and
please don't, yeah.
Airline, I'd just like you to consider the impact that it's going to have on the residents, the current residents, and the potential future residents. Are we going to think about the traffic and the congestion after the fact, or are we going to do it before the fact. As I sit here and listen, we had several presentations in here where we was trying to go behind and fix the traffic flow. Why not fix it beforehand? Thank you.
Sir, what was your name again? I'm sorry, you didn't say what your name was.
Deron Moore.
Ron, you said,
Deron, D-E-R-O-N, Moore. I live in Watkins Glen subdivision, 433 Oxmoor Lake Drive.
thank you.
Hi, Connie Snow at 426 Chase Marion Way, McDonough, Georgia. I'm also with Conserve Henry. I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to make this quick. On 10/24, there was a special called meeting with the Water Authority where it was brought to everybody's attention that the Water Authority was at capacity, as well as we needed new and additional sewer lines, and we needed to increase existing sewer lines to encompass bills that had been approved. It was also noted at that meeting that the Water Authority or the school board had not been brought in ahead of time before multiple developments, and that this is going to create a public safety nightmare and welfare issue for the county. On 11/12, I attended a meeting at the city of Stockbridge for an annexation. Chair Harrell had signed a resolution trying to deny it for 2.6 acres of land due to public safety concerns and welfare concerns.
Ma'am, your time is up. Turn the mic off, and we're going to move on to questions and comments.